welcome back to my channel. I'm Rachel, aka Ray Ray MUA, and I hope you're thirsty because today we're playing with some liquid eyeshadows. No, liquid shadows everywhere, but not a drop to drink. You could bring a horse to liquid, but you can't make it put on eyeshadow. It's rain and shadows. Hallelujah, it's rain and shadows. Amen. No. We're doing this eye look today and we're using some liquid eyeshadows. So I hope you're ready to learn this look. I'm super excited to do it with you. So let's get it going. Okay. So we are going to start with a little bit of Fix Plus. Your girl's feeling a little crusty today. So we're just gonna go get that nice and moisture flowing, get a little caffeine on the skin, make it look a little supple if you know what I mean. Then we're gonna go in with the handy dandy Strobe Cream. We're gonna put a little bit on the hand. That's about as much as you need, as per usual. So then we're gonna rub it in, and then we're gonna rub it in. Oh my God, I can't even begin to tell you guys like how much I am loving having the sun out. If you live in the Midwest, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Like in the wintertime, the clouds are just sitting like directly on top of your head and you just feel like so just like, it just feels really oppressive because it's just like sitting right on top of you. We're gonna have the sun all week. And it's gonna be in the 90s. I wish. I literally wish. It's gonna be in the 40s, almost 50 on Sunday. It's insane. Who knew that I would be this excited for 40-degree weather? I never thought I would be, so. Okay, next we're gonna go in with the Studio Face and Body in the shade N1. Gonna give it a little shaky shaky there. And then we're gonna put it on the back of our hands. Probably about that much. That should work. If not, I can always go back in. So then I'm just gonna kind of pick it up with my finger and we're gonna warm it up while we work it into the skin. Okay. And we're gonna go ahead and do the rest of the sides of my face. Okay, and then once you have everything rubbed in, we're gonna go in with the 170 brush. Remember, we're just gonna kind of pat into the skin, just really press it. I was watching the senior artist earlier today who like warmed it in her hands and then just kind of pressed the face and body like into the skin. It looked really pretty. I've never done it quite that way, so I want to give that a try. Her name is Michelle Clark. You should follow her on Instagram. I'll be sure to put her link in the bottom in the description box. So we're just gonna press everything and kind of pull down. And remember, we're not yanking, we're just kind of like flicking almost with that pressure and just pulling everything down here. Awesome. I went ahead and took care of my brows off camera just because I had to pull my bangs back and I'm like actively trying to have my bangs down this time. If you want a really in-depth brow tutorial, let me know in the comments or like let me know on Instagram or whatever and we'll kind of figure that out. But next up, we are gonna go in with 24-hour Eyebase Primer. We're gonna squeeze out a little teeny tiny bit on the fingers. That's about all you need here. And we're gonna close it. And then we're gonna warm it up in our fingers. And then we are going to rub all over the lid. And we're gonna take it all the way up to that brow bone here. Sorry, the mirror's in the camera. I'm gonna just blend that out. So we're just gonna switch and do the other side. You guys are also getting a full look at what I wear like jewelry wise a lot of the time. Normally I have like a ton of Alex and Ani bracelets that I wear, but that's not very audio friendly and I'm sure you guys don't want me like jingling the entire time. I don't know that I necessarily want to be jingling the entire time either. So, okay. Then we're gonna go in with my tried and true. I will always do my tried and true, and I still haven't gotten my order yet, so don't come for me. But we're gonna go in with the Nylon underneath our brow bone. And we're just gonna, I need to get better at this. I will get better at this, because the more you do something, the better that you get. But we just kind of press it, and I'm using a 239 brush, my go-to, Old Faithful. And we're just gonna kind of press that and lift that up. And we're gonna go ahead and pick up a little bit more product. And we're gonna do the other side. Okay, for the next part, we're gonna go in with our transition shade. And remember in my first video when I kept talking about Per-Suade Me as the transition shade? That was my bad. It was actually, these bags are designer. I did update it in the description box, but if you did make a note of that, my bad. It was, these bags are designer. I am actually going to be using both of those shades today. So exciting, you'll get to see what they actually look like. But so we're gonna go in with that Yummy Powder Kiss with a 224 brush. And remember, we're just kind of picking up some color here. Ooh, yeah. Okay, and we're gonna kind of clear off the excess there. And that's gonna go in the crease. And remember, we're not being particularly clean because it's a transition shade. And we're gonna go ahead and switch between the windshield wiper and the swirl. See, isn't that nice? Yes, girl, these bags are designer, thank you. Okay, so now we are actually going in with the real Per-Suade Me. Look at that really pretty, like, pea green color. Oh, it's so good. I'm one of those weird people, no, I'm not weird, we're normalizing. I'm one of those people that really enjoys colors that look almost like baby puke or like baby food. Oh, the greener, the better. The chartreuse, the better. Give it to me. I love it. So we're also gonna use the handy dandy 221, and we're gonna pick up some color there. And then we're gonna go and focus this in this outer third here and then take it up into the crease. Oh, hello, hair. This is kind of like a secondary transition shade, but it's gonna add a little bit more depth, and it's gonna serve as the color that the Stila shade is gonna blend into. So because that shade is really intensely green, I want a little bit of like a different tone, I think, just to make it a little bit more interesting when it progresses up the eye. So when we're still switching between that windshield wiper and the swirl, just to really dissipate that color, make it really soft and blended. And you can see, I mean, that progression of color, so nice. See what I mean? Now it's more, it's a little bit cooler in tone. So I have this really nice kind of khaki camel situation happening. It's really pretty. Okay, so now we're gonna go in with the Stila Shimmer and Glow Liquid Eyeshadow. Looks like this. Oh my God, and it's the color Vivid Jade. So freaking pretty. So we are going to use the doe foot applicator that this comes with. Hold on a quick sec. I need to go fix the light because it's gonna drive me nuts. Better. One of these days I will actually get my act together and figure out exactly what time I need to film. But until that day comes, you guys just get to go on this journey with me. Don't you feel so privileged? You should. Okay. Anyway, so as I was saying, we're gonna go in with the Stila, and we're going to use both the doe foot applicator to first put down the color, but then I'm gonna go in with a 217 brush, which is kind of like the step between a 224 and a 221. And let me grab those three so you can see. So it's like, here is the biggest, here's the medium, and here's the baby. So you can kind of see, I mean, I know that they're dirty, but you can kind of see the difference in size. So they all kind of do something a little bit different. And I'm gonna be using the 217 to kind of pull up. So I don't want it to necessarily like super blend the edges like we do with the transition shades, but I also don't want it to be super crisp like what the 221 gives us. So this is something like kind of in the middle. Okay, so we're just gonna pop it right out there. I'm just gonna kind of clean a little bit of the edge just because I don't wanna like plop it on my eye. And then we are going to, ooh, so many hairs. We're just gonna paint it on the lid. So we wanna stay as close to the, oh my God, do you see? We wanna stay as close to that lash line as possible. And we're gonna take it all the way over. This is not the right side to start on, but that's okay. We're gonna take it all the way over and we're gonna kinda pull it up a little bit. So I'm staying kind of underneath my orbital bone, okay? So I'm gonna stick that back in. That's when I go in with my 217. Also, this is a little bit older, so it's gonna look a little less dense if you get a brand new one, but it still does the same thing. So I'm just gonna kind of pat it and then kind of flick it up. I'm kind of feathering the color, and you don't want this to sit for very long because it does start to set. And then once it sets, it doesn't really move super well, but we don't want that really super harsh line. Now it's kind of like, this is kind of like a softer cut crease, but I don't like the super harsh line of a cut crease personally, especially since I have a deeper set crease. So I'm just kind of blending it into that Per-Suade Me and a little bit of that, the Bags Are Designer. Oh my God, do you see this freaking color, dude? Oh, it's so good. And don't mind that this, like I have a little spillage right here. Remember, I am gonna kind of blow that out anyway. And when we go in with the concealer, that's gonna lessen a little tiny bit. So don't worry if you get a little bit of movement underneath here, unless you want it to be super duper clean. And in that case, you would just take your makeup wipe or your eye cream and just clean it up really nice. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take care of the other side. BRB. And she's green, honey. Oh, it's so good. It's like peacock feathers, you know, that like big, like just collection of feathers. Like, oh, it's so good. Okay, so next we're gonna go in with the Technical liner in Graph Black, just a twist up liner or any soft liner will do. I am going to both go on top of the lash line and I'm also going to tightline underneath. This is a personal choice for me. With like the additional tightline, I just kind of like that additional drama or definition that it adds. But because we are wearing lashes today, we do want to kind of fill in that line here, just in case there is a little bit of separation from the lash band and the natural lashes. So I'm gonna be bad. And actually, let me put the top down. So when you are lining the top, you don't want to pull really hard because that skin around our eye is super thin. So if we yank, that's what creates the wrinkles, right? And we don't want that. So whether we realize it or not, we do tend to press really hard with our pointer finger. So let's get away from that and try to use our ring or our pinky finger. And I'm just gonna kind of pull it a little bit taut and just do right on top of those lashes. Right? You've put on liner. You started putting on eyeliner when you were in like, I don't know, like 8th grade. You know how to do this. Okay, just so I'm extra, or because I am extra, I'm just gonna soften it a little bit with a pencil brush. You can do the same thing with the Q-tip. And we're just gonna soften it. I just want it to be a little bit smokier, personally. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. If you want it to be a little bit more intense, let me swoop. Swoop, there it is. I'm just completely alienating any and all like younger viewers I have because I'm sitting here like blah, blah, blah. You started putting liner on in like 8th grade and you're probably in 8th grade right now and you're like, oh my God, no, not yet. So show me how to do it. So sorry. And also you have probably never heard the Whoop There It Is song, so I don't know. I'm just talking for the sake of talking. Okay, right, cool. So then I'm gonna go in and just show you really quick how to tightline, just in case it's not pretty. So prepare yourself for the ugly eyeliner face And we go da 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 da. Awesome. See, like it adds just the most like subtle bit of definition. I love it. It's awesome. And do the other side. Oh, YouTube, don't take me down for like not copyrighted humming. So lovely. I guess I decided to go ahead and tightline the bottom waterline as well. So to do that, remember, we don't want to yank this super hard. So you want to, let me not flick you guys off, sorry. Let me go ahead and use my pinky. And we're just going to kind of color right here over to the side. This is hard to do in this camera. And it's okay. Oh God, it's hard to talk. Ah. It's okay if you get a little bit of transfer, a little bit underneath, or it looks a little messy. That's okay. We're just going for more of a lived-in kind of smokiness anyway, so nothing's going to be really particularly crisp, except when it kind of comes to just the top, maybe, or not. I don't know. Cool. Okay, I am going to go kind of quick for everything else. So concealer and bronzer and blush. And the very last piece, which I didn't necessarily have out. Ooh, sorry guys, my camera's going bonkers. We're gonna go with highlight. Awesome. So now we're gonna go in and we're gonna finish underneath the eye here. We are going to go back in with that 221 and the Per-Suade Me. And I'm gonna try to do this right this time, so it's easiest if I do this one first. Yep. Okay, so we're just gonna blow this baby out underneath here. And I'll try not to keep my head all the way down. Pick up a little bit more. And blow that out. Awesome. Okay, for this part, we are gonna go back in with the Stila. We're gonna go in really gingerly with that doe foot applicator. Okay, so we're going it's hard to talk, but I'm just kind of like patting. And that's about the only amount that I'm gonna put down, because then we're gonna go in back with that 217 and we're gonna soften it. And like you can tell, it already kind of started to set. So those edges are gonna be a little bit lighter than that center piece. But we're just gonna kind of bring it up here and right up here. Okay, so I don't like how light this is right here. So I'm gonna go in with a little bit more of that Vivid Jade. And I'm just gonna kind of tap. I'm really not putting down a ton of color because we don't want that part to be too dense now. But we just kind of want to connect it. And just kind of extend it out a little bit. So pretty. So good, right? Well, if you thought we were done with the liquid shadows, you were wrong, because then we're gonna go in with the Dazzleshadow liquid in the shade Diamond Crumbles. This is like an MVP for me. Oh God, it's just so pretty. So, so pretty. So we are going to actually put this in the inner corner. That's kind of act as like the inner corner highlight to make sure that my eyes don't look too close and they don't look too closed, because we don't want that. Like while this smokiness, this like dark, beautiful emeraldness is so gorgeous, it does kind of make my eyes look a little small, especially since we tight lined both the top and the bottom. So we want to add, you know, a bit of that brightness, a little bit more zhuzh, if you will. So I'm just trying to get enough on my applicator, and we're just gonna use the doe foot applicator that comes with the product itself. So we're gonna focus this in the inner corner. Oh, do you see how pretty this color is? Oh my God. And I'm kind of pressing Sorry. Because we don't want to really pick up a ton of what's underneath, right? So pretty. Okay, so I want to pick up a little bit more. And we're gonna put a little bit underneath here, right? Nice in that inner corner, and just kind of wrap it. So it kind of looks like butterfly wings in that inner corner. And I also think I want to take it up a little bit more. Ooh, see the difference? Look how big this eye looks compared to this one in the inner corner. Ooh, super pretty. Okay, time for the other one. Aww. So pretty. They really do look like butterfly wings. Honestly, like if you are having a really kind of like boring morning, lazy day, what have you, and you don't want to do anything like super crazy, honestly, just do like a nude eye and then pop like something insane, a little bit of glitter, whatever, in the center, and it just completely elevates the look with so little effort. Obsessed. I'm so obsessed. Blah, blah, blah. So, see, I can't even talk. I've like completely blown my own mind. Ridiculous. Okay, let's take care of the mascara and the lashes. Be right back. Mascara, done. So I am gonna use lashes for this look just because with this, I mean, my normal lashes are fine. I don't really have an issue with them, but whenever I'm doing like a little bit more of an elevated look like this, or it's a little bit darker, a little bit higher, I feel like my lashes tend to disappear up top. So we wanna pop on a little bit of drama. So I'm gonna be using the House of Lashes Mon Cheri lashes. If you wanna get really fancy and say it in the French pronunciation. Now I have already trimmed these. A big thing about lashes that's really important to remember, they are not designed to fit every single eye. That would be impossible for companies to be able to do lashes that fit every single eye. So, and your eyes are special edition. They are special to you. So you wanna make sure that you cater your lashes or your false lashes to your eye shape. So to do that, I did this off camera, but I can do a little bit more of an in-depth video if you'd like about that. So if you'd like to see that, again, always put suggestions down in the comments. But so you just pop it on top of your eye, you kind of see where the spillage is, and then that's where you trim it. And you can get these little tiny, these are not tweezers, scissors. These are from MAC. I don't know if MAC still makes them. You can always check. But otherwise you can get them at like CVS, Target probably, I would imagine. But they are really, really helpful because it's really small, because this is really hard to get into the nitty gritty without like completely butchering the lashes. So a little trick that I like to do is color in the band of the lash. It just makes it look a little bit more camouflage, and so you don't, like up close, you don't see the separation from the false lash to the natural lash. And these are already like, let me see if it'll focus. The band on this is already fairly dark, but you can still see kind of like a little bit of the clear band underneath. So you just take your liner and just color right on top of the band. See, just looks a little bit more, clean, looks a little bit more camouflage, looks a little bit more balanced, right? Okay, so, and you can use any lash glue. I am out of my clear lash glue, so I'm having to use black lash glue, so say your prayers. I'm gonna need to think on this, which one I wanna do first, especially if you're gonna watch me do it, so. Let me do that real fast. Okay, here we go. So you take your lash. I'm using the Duo Brush On Strip Lash Adhesive in Dark. This has an applicator on it, and I prefer lash glues with applicators just because you can control how much product you're putting on the band. And you want to use just a little teeny tiny bit. You don't want it to get too gunky. You also want to kind of like air it out for maybe 5 to 10 seconds. So that means that the lash glue is a little bit more tacky. And you also want a handheld mirror because as you can see, I am now looking down, and so it makes it easier for me to just pop that lash right on top of my lash line. And then I'm gonna go in with my tweezers and pinch and pull and touch that baby down. Oh my God, that was so seamless. That's so amazing. I did not expect that to go so well with an audience. Woo, so good. See, so much easier when you have it down like this. Oh, hey, nostrils, rather than going like this, all right? Because this is so hard. I can't, like, this is not fun. Like, and you can't see anything. Whereas this, naturally, my lid is already open. So I can kind of avoid accidentally, because this probably has happened to you, because I know it's happened to me a million times. I go to put it on, and then all of a sudden it touches up here, and then I've got freaking glue on my eyelid. And of course this is black, so like RIP your eye makeup. But yeah, so you just, you can pinch your natural lashes onto the false lashes to, again, make it way more camouflage, because that's the whole process, or that's the whole idea behind wearing false lashes, is you want it to look as natural as possible. Okay, so pray for me while I go do the other one. Be right back. Are you kidding me? Holy shit, that was like the easiest lash application I have ever done on myself. Especially not wearing lashes like that anymore because of COVID. And I used to put on false lashes for a million people like every weekend. Ah, it's weird. It's like I was meant to do this or something. I know, I'll see myself out, don't worry. But yes, look at that. So good. So pretty. Okay, so for the very last bit, we are going to go ahead and do the lip. I've already primed my lip with the Prep and Prime lip primer from MAC Cosmetics, and then I'm going to go in with Soar lip pencil, and I'm just going to go ahead and line my lips here. I don't like to overdraw, and because this eye look is a little bit more intense, I am going to be using a little bit more of a softer lip, just because I don't want the lip to compete with the eye. You typically want to do one focus feature, so not everything looks so overdone and so loud. So because I want all of the attention to be driven to my eye, I want the lip to be a little bit more complimentary instead of it going to like 1-2 punch, like fight against it, right? So we're going to go ahead and take care of the lip line. So now that we're all lined, I'm gonna go in and top that with the Love Me lipstick in Blase. Just this really pretty nude, and I love this formula. There's argan oil in it, so it's extremely hydrating, but you still get a lot of coverage, but it's just really, really, really comfortable. And that's really big for me since I have very dry skin, and because our weather is going bonkers right now, my lips are like weirdly moisturized, but like overly moisturized, so they're super chapped. So, you know, because I'm extra and I can't just have like one normal thing. It has to be like overly complicated. So you're welcome. Aren't you so glad you know me? You should be. So we're just gonna pop that on top. Here. Oh, that color is so pretty. I don't know why I bother talking when I do that. Ooh, so pretty. So pretty. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and finish with another spray of Fix Plus. I'm on a beach. I'm on a beach. I'm on a beach. We're almost there. We're almost there. Okay, perfect. And there we are, the complete look. I love this eye. It's kind of like floof. Let's zhuzh the bangs since I actually have them down this side, or this time. Lord, y'all, I hope I get better the more I do this, because the talking is like not working a lot. So sorry I get tongue-tied, but it's because my brain moves really fast and sometimes my mouth doesn't catch up, so it's just like kind of missing each other. I hate myself. Okay. All right, friends, so there we have it. There's the final look. And as always, I just want to go ahead and finish this video with asking you, how did you show up for yourself today? So I showed up for myself today by meditating for about 10 minutes this morning. And then I had a really lovely conversation with my friend Effie. And then what's the third thing I did today? How did I show up for myself? I drank some water. Sometimes it's as simple as that. I'm trying to work on my water intake, and so I made sure to like really take it to the head this morning. So awesome. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this look as much as I did. And I know I've said it a couple of times, but if you have any suggestions or if there's something specific you would like to see, you can go ahead and put it in the comments below. And go ahead and like and subscribe and share if you feel like it. I would super appreciate it. So have a great day, give yourself grace, and I will see you guys next time.